Good evening, YouTube. It's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to my brothers, Carmel Bricker 99 and Jason Rose. I really appreciate their prayers and their thoughts for me and my family. It's gonna be some trying time for us, but I think we can make it. I mean, my mom, she's a, like my sister said, she's a tough old bird. So it takes a lot for her to put her down, how much she's been through. But anyway, I want to wish a happy birthday to an actor I'm a big fan of. This man has played many roles. I grew up with him back in the early days where he used to start off on a popular children's show called Electric Company, where he played several different characters. One notably is um, Easy Easy Reader. He's been in so many different movies. He has played God twice. He has played the president on three different occasions. Even one time he was played Mr. Mandela. You best will know him from classic movies such as Drive Miss Daisy. He was Hulk. I tried driving, you stole Miss Daisy. I mean, Glory. Um, whew, uh, Shawshank Redemption. He was Lucius Fox in the Batman trilogy, the Chris Nolan version. You know, um, he played Alex Cross, the original Alex Cross in Kiss the Girl and Along Came a Spider. And he's worked with Clint Eastwood twice. And when in the second movie they worked together, he won his first Oscar. He's been nominated before. Back in 1987, he was nominated for with a movie called Streetwise, along with the movie star also starred Christopher Reeves, aka Superman. So you got to think about it. He worked with Superman and Batman. One Mr. Morgan Freeman. Now, Mr. Freeman was born June the 1st of 1937 in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, he came up, he was raised in Mississippi when he was younger. And then when he was much older, he was drafted into the United States Air Force. He was Airman First Class. And after 4 years of being in the Air Force, he started to jump into acting. He did some play work. He worked on the Broadway for a good while. And in the early 70s, he really got his start in television when he was part of the show Electric Company. Now, after some times, he starred in one movie. It's not a very known movie, but it starred Robert Redford. I think it was his first big time cinema movie. It was called Brubaker. And it was about he played a guy who was in prison, and there was a scene where, just look it up. It's Robert Redford played a new warden, and he was trying to convince him. He tried to talk him down. I saw a movie years ago. It was a great movie. And then, he did, as I said, he was in Glory with Denzel Washington and Matthew Broderick. And that same year, he did also Drive Miss Daisy, and also he played Joe Clark, aka Batman, in the movie Lean on Me. Now, Lean on Me is a classic. I always think that, I watch it, I think about it. Robert Guillaume, remember from Benson, he was in the movie, and he looked more like Joe Clark than Morgan. But my guess, he tried for the role. I think he probably just, sometimes you always hear stories how some actors try for the role, and then they give another actor and put the actor in a different character. Like, this is a good example of this. As you know, he was in the first Batman movie with Christian Bale. That was Batman Begins. He played Lucius Fox. And in one of the villains in the movies was the Scarecrow. And the actor who was cast as the Scarecrow originally was going to be cast as Batman, but they went with Christian Bale. And anyway, after that, he was in the movie Deep Impact, where he played the president. When that's the movie where the asteroid hits the Earth, and then he plays the president again in the movie Angel Has Fallen, which is another series movie done. He was in Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. And he said done at least in his career, I think about quite a few movie series. You count the Batman. You got to count the Alex Cross movies. You got to count the Angel Fallen movies. He's been God in both Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. And he's just this great actor. I mean, especially when you remember we watched, he was saying something in Shawshank Redemption. He was a character Red, and he said how I said it, that saying, get done living and get try dying. I forgot how he said it, but that voice. And he done also, he did narration for the March of the Penguins. I mean, that voice. Often, quite often, you hear him for commercials and movies and TV shows and documentaries. He just has that voice. I mean, there was a while back. There was a last year. There was a documentary about finding God or something like that. He was the he hosted it and he also did narration for that. But he's a great actor and he's an Oscar winner. He won the Oscar back in 2004. I said again for the movie Million Dollar Baby, which was the second movie he did with Clint Eastwood. The first was Unforgiven, and that's a classic. He was a person where he was Clint Eastwood's friend, and you remember he didn't want to he left, and then the guy they catch him and they killed him, and he told him bury Ned right because he was his friend, and that was a good movie. But also he's very into politics. He also did where he back a few years ago he also talked about the state of racism in America, and especially what's going on now. And we need a brother like Morgan Freeman, and he supported Barack Obama. So as I said before, remember I did a video earlier about Clint Eastwood, how he supported Mitt Romney. He supported Obama. So these guys, these guys are probably good friends. They have their political views, but he's an amazing actor. He's a great man. I mean, if you had time, look up some of his movies, some of the early stuff, before some of you might remember from the Batman movies. Now, just not the Batman movies. Check out Lean on Me. Check out Glory. Check out Streetwise. I mean, just he has a list of great movies he has done over his career, and that voice is just iconic. Him and James Earl Jones have probably the most iconic voices in the history of movies. But like I said, I want to wish Mr. Freeman a very happy birthday and many more. It's your man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.